Welcome back to the Bearcat Tip-Off Talk podcast presented by Donahue Accounting Services. For friendly expert tax advice whenever you need it, come to Donahue Accounting Services. A leading accounting firm in Cincinnati, Ohio, our top-notch accountants strive to help you resolve all your financial and tax issues. Call Donahue Accounting Services today for a free consultation at 513-528-3982 or visit online at donahueaccountingservice.com. I'm your host, Alex Meacham, former Bearcat basketball player from 1997 to 1999 under the Hall of Fame coach, my guy, Bob Huggins.
And I'm Neil Meyer of the Front Office News.
And I'm J.C. Smith, editor-in-chief of the Front Office News.
All right, fellas, we're back for another episode. Let's jump right into it. We've got a lot to talk about. The Bearcats are currently 6-2 after losing to Louisville and Eastern Michigan, but beating NJIT and Tarleton State since our last podcast. This is the Bearcat Game Recap segment sponsored by Purple Monkey Project. JT, thoughts on the Bearcats' last four performances?
I thought the Louisville game gave hope. They kind of fell apart, second half, but they had opportunity to be up a lot more in the first half, honestly. They kind of, free throws and a few smaller things and take advantage all the way. But I thought that was you playing a top-tier team that really has championship aspirations and you hang in there with them. That's a good showing. But then, in NJIT, they smoked them. That's cool.
I think you're throwing some extra letters there, but go ahead.
Yeah, maybe. Was it what is that, like a technical college or something like that? I don't know, but shit. Eastern Michigan, they were you dropped the egg on that, man, and it just like implodes. Like the team throws a zone on them, and then just like they just shoot bad threes. I'll get into more on that later, but play right into that team's hands, and it's just at Fifth Third Arena too. So that makes it different. It wasn't like they were at EMU, which could get hairy, but you gotta win that game. So then Tarleton State game, first half was it was crazy. It was crazy first half. They shot a lot of jumpers. It just the flow looked bad. The second half, I thought they played a lot better. The intensity of the ball moved a little bit better. Pause. Hit more shots, but overall, it just left like, oh man, especially after that Eastern Michigan game, it was just like, it's a lot. It's a lot to talk about, man. I'll keep it at that.
So, JT, how do we go from the Louisville performance, where I think if you ask most Bearcat fans after that game, there's a lot of hope, like you said, right? A lot of hope, a lot of positive things to look at, to then the Eastern Michigan game, and everyone jumps off the ship. How do we arrive at that?
It looked like the Monstars grabbed. You know what I'm saying? The Monstars got them. Like they were practicing. Somebody wrote a random basketball out there, and everybody that touched the basketball. The coaches too. Like everybody got
Space Jam.
Space Jam. So you know what I mean? Because because to go from Louisville to hanging with them, that top tier team, to losing to Eastern Michigan, is like, it's a total 180, not a 360.
Yeah,
180.
That's right. We already
gotta correct people. Yeah, because everybody's like, oh, you're the total 360. No, you're in the same space. They weren't in the same place. They were turned all the way around. So it's crazy.
JT, let me ask you this though. So if everyone jumps off the ship against Eastern Michigan, why wouldn't we still have hope after seeing what we saw against Louisville? Shouldn't we still have hope that we will see that Bearcat basketball team again?
Yeah, I would say so. Like I would say, like, it's still there. Like this team has a chance. They have the talent to actually do something very good this year. But people seeing that after not making it to desired destinations last year before, then you kind of get that doubt creeps in. You're like, oh man. And then how it just looked like, that team threw that zone out there. It's like, man, it wasn't nothing special about it either. Just like, didn't see much elbow attack. You know what I mean? Like I saw a couple. I feel like Buck did pretty good when he was playing that spot. But it just, besides that, man, it didn't look like, like they never seen a zone in their life. That's the thing that kind of hurts. And I think when people saw the Louisville game, the game they had, I think it started making not customers, but making the fans doubt that Louisville game, because like it was a game they kind of had. Once Louisville kind of got their legs under themselves, then they took it from them. You know what I mean? So then you see that, and then you go against the EMU team that you're like, you see they were like a 15-point favorite or something like that, maybe even more.
22
point
favorite.
favorite, and you lose flat out. Yeah. So they had just lost by like 40 to somebody, right? Am I right about that?
40 to Louisville.
So Louisville just 40-balled this team. That you guys played tooth and nail. Nobody can hang their head about how they played against Louisville, and then we lose at home. So it's like you see that people do that research and like, what is this, right? So, but I do think that team is still there, but it's just the way they've looked the last 3.5 halves. It kind of is like, I can see why people are a little not sold. How about that? Is that a good analogy or a good breakdown on that?
Yep. And I want to bring you back here in a second, JT. I want to throw a couple things at you to get your thoughts on. But let's bring Neil in. Neil, your thoughts on the last 4 performances?
Yeah, like JT mentioned, I thought the first half of the Louisville game was what you expected to see. I mean, they were essentially winning at the halftime. I thought they were playing their best ball of the season. And then Louisville made some second half adjustments, which great teams do. I mean, there's a reason why Louisville is a top 10 team outside of the loss they had tonight to Arkansas. But that was a very good Louisville team. I thought that was probably the best Cincinnati looked all season until I thought Cincinnati was essentially in that game until Baba Miller went down with the injury. And from there on out, I thought that game kind of deteriorated and they kind of fell apart there. But it's good to see him back on the court. So that's a positive note that we can talk about. Obviously, he missed some time there, missed a couple of the games, missed the Eastern Michigan game, which for many fans, like everybody else out there, it's one of those games where it's not arguably the worst loss under Wes Miller. It is the worst loss under Wes Miller in his time at Cincinnati. I mean, that was a poorly executed night on both ends of the court for Cincinnati, but versus a team in Eastern Michigan who I believe was 220th something in KenPom. So there was heading into that contest. So Cincinnati was 22-point favorites, and they come in and they essentially crap the bed at home, which for Cincinnati fans, that essentially doesn't happen versus non-conference opponents. So you don't like to see that. I mean, I think they scored it was like 60 points, the season low in points per se. So not ideal from them. And people were starting to take notice, right? I mean, the Eastern Michigan, the crowd was kind of slim. NJIT crowd was slim. And then on top of it, what you saw versus Tarleton State the other night, I think JT mentioned it felt JT, there was only like 6,000 people there per se. Is that what you would say the attendance was versus Tarleton State?
Yeah, it kind of creeped up like during maybe the end of the first half. I think people were getting there late, but it still was, I would say, at max 7,500.
But for that to happen, I mean, you kind of know until the results are starting to come there, it's going to be safe to say these students aren't going to be filling up the student section until conference play per se. So overall, you would like to see them get back in action with the big win on Friday night. It's going to be interesting come Friday night versus Xavier. I mean, when you look at it, there's so much uncertainty with this matchup this year between the rosters and whatnot. It's going to be interesting to see how does Wes Miller get these guys to bounce back after the performance versus Tarleton State, and how does he get them bounce back for a rivalry matchup like this, where essentially between both teams, only one guy has played in this rivalry. So I'm really curious myself to see not only how do they build from this last 4-game stretch, but how do they do so heading into the Crosstown Shootout on Friday night?
This is the Bearcat game recap segment sponsored by Purple Monkey Project. Now, let me put this out there for both of you guys. I want to address this. The Louisville game, I think when you look at the execution down the stretch, I think there were a couple plays where I'm not saying the Bearcats, should have won that game. I think Louisville's the better basketball team right now on paper. But Day had a couple turnovers there. I mean, he threw one pass right to the Louisville player that I thought was a crucial turnover in a situation where if we get a good shot, we score. It might be a different ball game towards the end. What did we lose that game by? What, 10 or I don't know.
10.
Yeah.
10. I think it could have been a different game. So I thought there were some execution errors, and of course, having Baba out, the best offensive player, but still, I thought there were some execution problems there at the end, which could have, anytime you get to a game at the end and you at least execute, whether you make the shot or not, you give yourself a chance to win, make it a 1 or 2 possession game at the end. JT, thoughts?
Yeah, for sure, man. Because definitely, like you said, that couple turnovers here, in the execution. Losing Baba did hurt a lot, but there's a lot of very talented young men on that team. So
For sure.
So you can't just throw it all on that. But definitely, if you're being honest, it definitely made a difference. But they have a lot of experience. So with that experience, you think execution, especially at the end, tight games. Day, Kirk Ariza has played a lot of basketball. Buck Harris has played a lot of basketball. So you have a lot of stuff with them has played a lot of basketball. Second year, but it wasn't like he's a second year person that didn't play a lot. Jalen, Celestine. So yeah, they have the experience. It's it's some young people on the team as well, of course. But you don't think this team as a green team. You think this team is hardened with veteran leadership. So you want to see that. You want to see them, no matter what, if they make the shot or not, you want to be like, okay, they want to get that ball to the elbow. You want to make sure that happens. Like you can't throw the ball away or, have the ball dribble off your foot and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Yeah. And so, Neil, I want to bring you in on this one. So as we go from that Louisville game and eventually get to the Eastern Michigan game, which was a bad loss, I think there was a couple things in play that we really need to focus in on with that Eastern Michigan game, and that is you've got Baba out. You also get Jalen out. So that's, and listen, I don't think Celestine had been playing great leading up to that game, but you got a guy who's played heavy minutes in college basketball, has some experience. So you essentially have 3 guys out if you count Haynes, right? Big boy.
Yeah.
Big slime, right? Big slime.
Big slime, yep.
So Big Slime's out. So you got 3. And by the way, I was looking forward this season to Big Slime and Buck Harris. Those are the 2 guys I was looking forward to because Buck brings that energy. He's an old school Bearcat. He's always on the ground. My Lord.
Yeah.
And then Big Slime kind of has that Eric Hicks mentality. He's kind of a, he talks shit. He's got an attitude. Yeah. He's got some grit to him, right? And I think that's missing in some ways in the past and with this team. But you take those 3 guys out. Now you've got to play guys, in some cases, heavy minutes that haven't played that before. And then you throw that zone, and there was just a lot of things, I think, in concert going on that Eastern Michigan game that wasn't good. And Neil, my thing is, though, I don't want to use, you don't want to use injuries as excuses, but these other guys have to step up. You can't lose, even with 3 important guys out. You can't lose to an Eastern Michigan.
Yeah, no, most certainly. And for a guy like Jalen Celestine, this was a guy who has been battling injury all offseason. So he's just still starting to find his rhythm. He finds a little bit of footing, then gets hit with a minor injury that holds him out for a game as well. So he's still trying to find his footing into what he brings to this Cincinnati offense and their identity. But for Cincinnati, when you look down and heading into Eastern Michigan and you're down Jalen Celestine, Baba Miller, Jalen Haynes, I know that takes away a lot of your firepower on offense because they expected Baba Miller to be a go-to force and be a guy who can get you a decent amount of your points on the inside, to pair him alongside with guys like Day Thomas, Kirk Carissa, Sean Abayev, and whatnot. But Wes Miller even said it after the game that they were playing lineups where most of those guys weren't playing together. Like, they didn't practice any of those lineups they were playing versus Eastern Michigan because they didn't have to, in a sense, because everybody was healthy. So they were playing a lot of different rotations that they weren't necessarily familiar with. But Cincinnati desperately could not get any rhythm going, despite having multiple guys out and multiple veteran players. They just could not get anything going versus Eastern Michigan. And like JT mentioned, the zone really caused a lot of issues for Cincinnati. So in a game like that, you got to find ways to put the ball in your experienced players' hands. An example, Day Thomas, Kirk Carissa, Mustafa Cham, whoever it might have been in that situation. But Cincinnati failed to do that. They lived and died by the 3-ball that night, and nothing fell. And look what happened. It was arguably the worst performance under head coach Wes Miller. So it's a tough pill to swallow for Cincinnati, but as many say, as many look at it, you don't want this to be, you don't want to see a team suffer a loss that bad in non-conference play. But there's only one way a team can respond from that, and that's hopefully using it as a stepping stool and a learning curve to get this thing back on track. And for Cincinnati, hopefully that's what they were able to do, was take something away from that ugly performance versus Eastern Michigan to where they can implement it and get this thing back on track throughout the rest of non-conference play.
Yeah, and I think too, you talk about those 3 guys being out and that impacted the game, but on top of that, Sean and Kerr they've been struggling.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't been living up to the expectations. I know Sean's, and I know this is frustrating as a basketball player, where Sean, he's been putting in the time. He's working on his shot, right? He's looking at film. Same with Kerr. Kerr's looking at, probably the missed shots and trying to diagnose what's wrong. And they're all doing that. And they come out and they're still not Sean not making shots that he normally makes. That's frustrating, right? Kerr, I think he got going versus Tarleton a little bit, right?
Yeah.
That was the game. So, but you got 3 guys out and 2 guys you kind of count on that struggle, recipe for disaster. So I guess I'm saying that to say this, JT, and that is, I think when healthy, I think we'll see the basketball team we saw versus Louisville, and hopefully over time, an even better basketball team that can close out some games and execute in the end. A guy like Day, who's been around long enough not to make those mistakes. Hopefully we learn from that. So I still have hope and faith, JT. I'm not sure, how do you feel after those 4 games?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely something there. It's just seeing it. It's just like, oh man, it's rough.
Yeah,
you get those lows, but I mean, I still have hope. It's not. I will say it's not like I'm a glass half full person. I'll say like my glass is like a 4 full. You know what I mean? Because it's got to be like some little adjustments.
What's in that glass though?
I'm actually. We'll talk about that in a second, but it's water. I am actually trying to shed a few pounds real quick, so I am not partaking in any extracurricular activities, and I'm like controlling my fast food, only 1 snack a day until Christmas, and after that I'll still control my fast food and stuff though, but then I'll start partaking probably.
What you getting ready for, dog?
Nah, man, just do that thing. after Halloween, bro, I've been eating too much candy.
I was about to say, you have an extra plate or something on Thanksgiving too?
Man, Zane got a pillowcase full of Reese cups, full of Snickers, bro. I was killing it. Skittles, bro. I was going crazy. So yeah.
Why you're eating your kids' candy?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no shame in that too. Me, did you see how quick you responded?
Man, he had no shame. Poor kids crying in a corner.
Nah,
Give me your candy. Give me your candy.
Nah, it ain't even debone stuff. He had so much candy. It was a plethora of candy out there, man. He ate more than me, but shit, I'm getting older. I gotta control it.
What was your primary Target with the candy? Was it Reese Cups?
Snickers, but then Reese Cups was probably
Snickers got you? The Snickers got you?
Skittles. It was Reese Cup. No, Twix, Snickers,
Jesus.
Reese Cups.
He was hitting the whole bucket.
Yeah, I was going crazy, man.
Oh,
Like
you got
literally, like
You
we
got a
threw it away.
bodega. You got a bodega in the house, bro.
Yeah, we threw it away. But I mean, damn, we didn't have to throw much away because I ate so much of it. Oh yeah, man. So I'm trying to just get right, you know what I'm saying, then reset for the new year, and then after that, I can I'm still gonna control my snacks though, because I was going crazy, man. I was like eating, because normally I don't eat stuff before bed. Like I was eating like Snicker before bed, even if it was the small ones. It's still too much, man.
Were you having nightmares and stuff?
No, I was straight actually, but then I started having nightmares when I started getting on those scale. I'm like, what is this, dog? This is crazy. Like, I gotta get it together. So I gotta get myself together, dog. I gotta, you know how you see the meme where a dude points at himself in the mirror? That's me. Hold myself accountable. You feel me?
Well, hey, I hope you get back on track just like we need these Bearcats back on track on Friday night. The Bearcat recap segment has been sponsored by Purple Monkey Project. The Purple Monkey Project was formed following the tragic loss of 10-year-old Reagan Vanasse in May of 2021. Reagan was a ray of sunshine who lit up every room. The Purple Monkey Project is named after Reagan's favorite stuffed animal and seeks to keep Reagan's spirit alive by being a ray of light in the community and promoting random acts of kindness. By providing scholarships and other financial support of youth and youth-centered charities in Southwest Ohio. The Purple Monkey Project seeks to pay it forward, all in the name of Reagan. To learn more about the Purple Monkey Project, please visit purplemonkeyproject.org or visit them on Facebook at Purple Monkey Project. This Friday at 7:30 p.m., the Bearcats take on Xavier University at the Centos Center in the annual Crosstown Shootout. Now, this is the 93rd meeting of the two schools. UC holds a 52-40 lead. X has won, I think, 5 of the last 6 of those matchups, if I got that correct. We last won in the Centos Center in 2001. I think that was the Max Seal, Logan, Lenny Stokes, IMAC, Field Williams team, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
So I think we won by like 20.
20 ball. Yeah. It went to work.
Right?
Yep.
We need some of that magic back for this game. You're listening to the Bearcat Tip-Off Talk podcast presented by Donahue Accounting Services. So let's jump into the Big O segment, sponsored by Oakley Greens. In this segment, we cover players to watch and key matchups. JT, we're going to start with you. Who do you expect the big game from?
All right, man. Person that missed a few games, we're going with Baba Miller.
Let's go.
So, you know, he kind of was rusty the first half against Tarleton. Much expected. He had 7 turnovers. Hopefully he got that turnover bug out because he didn't have any in the second half. But we don't need 7 turnovers against Xavier. You know how that crowd can get. We don't want to get him any extra confidence. So, but what he can do, he can score inside, outside, handle the ball, make good passes. Excuse me. So I think that's going to be very key against, you know, Xavier, you know, and on the road too. This guy that's played a lot of basketball. So I know he has not played in the Crosstown Shootout, but somebody with that size and skill, I mean, he's going to be very important for the Bearcats.
JT, how do you expect Baba to be effective versus Xavier? Are you thinking he's going to be effective, you know, outside, inside, outside, all 3 levels?
I think inside is going to be, like, I feel like he needs to work like low box, elbow range, because he can handle the ball enough. I think that's going to be where he's got to control that area. Because I don't really think Xavier has anybody that can really match up with him if he just goes for it. So I think that's where he needs to live. And then if they double sprays it out, you know, pause to the shooters, spray it out.
Wow. Too much candy, dog.
Yeah. I'm detoxing on the candy, man. It's been 3 days, man. I've been cool though.
That's good.
No snacks, water.
You like it serious, like rehab for this candy, bro.
Yeah, man. I didn't realize it. Until my wife pointed it out. I was like, man, I was really killing candy, man. Like it's not even alcohol.
No, JT. Did your wife sit you down and have to talk to you about Halloween candy?
not sit down, but she was just like, "Damn, you getting some more candy?" And I was just like,
India wasn't messing around over there,
I
JT.
was like, you know how like sometimes you be like ready to get mad, and then you think about it, like,
Yeah.
damn, I looked at the bag, looked at the, I'm like, yeah, I definitely held it down. And normally I don't eat as many snacks like that, but when I do get going,
Okay.
it's like a, snowball going downhill. What's gonna do? Pick up speed.
Man, I wish you well with this this detox.
Yeah, man. I'm cool though, man. I got this. I'm ready. I'm a shed. I'm trying to lose 10 pounds.
Okay, don't have any flashbacks now. Don't have
I ain't gonna have like Pookie.
Pookie.
Hey, stay away from the Chick-fil-A brownies, JT.
Like it's calling me.
It's calling me. You having dreams about Snickers chasing you down the street?
Yeah, here.
JT, stay away from the Chick-fil-A brownies now.
Yeah, I'm good, man. I ain't eating fast food really. So the only thing I'm really gonna eat like for the fast food is like healthy stuff. So right now until after Christmas, then I'll start indulging a little bit, but I got to reset, man. Living candy life, man.
Man, this
life
podcast,
I know.
I thought we were going to talk about the Crosstown Shootout, but we have talked about JT's candy habits.
Yeah, man. It's like, hey, man, you got the Snickers.
So for anybody listening to this, if you see JT or I at the Crosstown Shootout on Saturday, you now know what to bring JT. We'll be sitting in the rafters more than likely.
No. Don't bring him in.
Don't bring me nothing, man.
Don't bring
him in.
Because if I have to be rude or like be an a-hole, then they're gonna think I'm a pure a-hole. That's not me all the time. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey.
Yeah,
stop. Hey, stop.
Are you guys going?
We will be there.
Yep.
Okay. Front office news in the building. Let's go.
Yep. Yeah, we gotta see this live, man.
Okay.
Even though we're gonna be up in the rafters like Sting.
Man.
They put us up. They put
us up there, Meach.
Really?
You watch,
like we on the crosswalk.
Yeah, we gonna.
You know what?
The little crosswalk up top.
Yeah, that's where you are.
Yeah, probably. That's where we were 2 years ago.
That's why I don't really go to the Xavier ones because they put you up so high. But I'm like, I gotta see it live today.
I'm damn near back in Clifton watching that game. How far away you are from the court?
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I need to do face paint like Sting and just come down on the court.
You no.
You ever seen that wrestling?
Speaking of face paint, what do you guys think of Corey Blunt's new face or Twitter profile picture? Did you guys see that?
The
face paint with the two pictures of him dunking on two dudes from Xavier.
Yeah. He's posted that before.
My first time noticing it.
Yeah, he's posted that every year. The picture with the face paint and all that. Yeah, that's my OG, Corey Blunt. That's my guy, man. Neil, all right, let's jump in there. Who you got for the game? Who's your guy to watch?
Yeah, well, first, before I jump in and give my player of the game, Cincinnati has not won at Cintas since I have been alive. And I'd just like to put that on the record that maybe that changes Friday night. I hope so. But they have not won at Cintas since I have been alive.
Damn. What year were you born?
1999.
They won once. They won once since you've been alive.
Yeah, you said that.
Well, I didn't check the 1999, the 2000 year, but.
No, it won in 01.
01.
So you didn't get to view it. I mean, you don't
didn't get to view it. So one time since I've been alive. So
Neil out here giving out improper info.
Yeah, you're getting out fake news, bro.
Fake news, man. Fake news.
Fake news like Jizzle's playing in the shootout. I got people. I'm at the. Where was I yesterday? And people come up to me like, "Yo, Jizzle's playing in the game." I'm like, "Huh? What are you talking about?" Fake news, bro.
Fake news, man. Fake news. Neil plopped out.
I guess Neil. We said Neil was fake news, and he left the podcast. Hey, Neil has officially been defunded.
There you go. He back. He back on the flood. He back.
Is he
He
back?
back. He back.
Okay,
Break it.
let's get him back in. Neil was
Y'all defunded me that quickly? Damn.
Hey, that's what happens when you give out fake news, bro. We gotta cut you out. Every time, Neil, you get fake news, JT's just gonna
Cut me off.
cut you off. All right,
Yeah.
who do we gotta watch?
Yeah, for me, I think it's a no-brainer in this matchup. He's going to be the only guy who has ever played in this matchup, quality minutes in this matchup per se. Xavier has Roddy Anderson, who was on the bench last year, did not play in the matchup, but he got a taste of it. But the only player who has played in this matchup, in this Crosstown Shootout, over recent years on both rosters to date is Day Thomas. So that's going to be my player to watch. I think he's going to get this team ready. He's played in this matchup before. He's played in the Cintas Center before. I think he's going to get this team riled up and ready to go. Probably get that victory for the first time in 24 years per se at Cintas. So that's going to be my player to watch, because for Cincinnati, if Day Thomas has an off night, it could be a long night for Cincinnati. But if Day Thomas has one of his better games of the season to date right now, I think this is a game where Cincinnati could get the job done. So I think for Cincinnati, they're going to go as Day Thomas goes in the Crosstown Shootout on Friday night.
So so thus far, Bearcats 6-2, heading into this Xavier game. What are your thoughts on how Day has played so far this year, Neil?
Honestly, I thought Day's playing the best ball of his career. And the reason I say that right now is, you look down at all the statistical measurements. Cincinnati is not shooting the three ball well at all, besides Day Thomas. And you look down, he's shooting a 50% from behind the arc. The next closest behind Day Thomas, is Kirk Carissa at 34%. So there's a wide margin there. Day Thomas has been the engine for Cincinnati, right? You look down, he's leading the team in minutes, 3-point percentage. He's shooting nearly 40% from the field per se. He's averaging 14 points per game, which I believe is a career high as well. So for Cincinnati, in Day Thomas, I think Day Thomas is playing the best ball of his year, the best ball of his career. Thank you, Diego Pavia. In case anybody was wondering, we have to give thanks one more time to him. But for Day Thomas, I think he's just scratching the surface of what he's capable of doing this season for the Bearcats.
The Big O segment is sponsored by Oakley Greens. All right, you mentioned him. I'm going to jump into Kerr. He's going to be my player to watch, and here's why. Outside of Day, I know you talk about he's the guy that's played the most minutes in the shootout between the two teams. But if you look at a guy who's played in multiple big rivalry games, it's Kerr. Kentucky, Louisville, Arizona State. He's played in a lot of big rivalry games. So I think, one, he has that experience. Two, we need a really big breakout game from him. We need him to step up and play some better basketball, plain and simple. The expectations for this basketball team coming into this year are very high, and Kerr's going to be a big part of that, continuing for them to have success. He has to step up, and as JT talks about, often that this Bearcat team takes a lot of threes, and I know you probably want to talk about that in a little bit. Kerr is one of those guys that takes a lot of threes. He's just going to have to make them. I don't think he's going to stop taking them, JT.
No, I don't think so either.
Right? It is what it is.
Yeah.
He's just going to have to start making them.
Yeah,
and hopefully this is. And there's always, anytime Xavier and UC plays, it's always some. We can sit here and say Baba, Day, and Kerr, but it's always some random that balls out too, like pause. But
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just like out of the blue, someone does something unique to impact the game. I suspect that'll be the case again. But I'm going to go with Kerr. I'm hoping that he not only has success this game, but this propels him to have success moving forward, leading in the Big 12 play. The Big O segment is sponsored by Oakley Greens. Oakley Greens, the ultimate spot to catch your hometown team in every big game. With 6 giant LED screens and TVs at every angle, it's more than a sports bar. It's your entertainment headquarters. All the sports, all the time, all at Oakley Greens. Located in Oakley Station, next to the cinemas. You can check out their website, oakleygreens.com. You're listening to the Bearcat Tip-Off Talk podcast presented by Donahue Accounting Services. Now, ladies and gentlemen, he was just shortly defunded, but we brought him back. It is time for everyone's favorite, and it's been hot and heavy so far, the name game with our guy, Neil Meyer. Hey.
Can't dance too much now. Can't dance too much now.
No, JT would have to kick you off again.
It'd be like the Sandman.
So the Sandman.
I'm just saying we lost the last time I didn't dance on the podcast. Not once, but twice.
We lost twice. So no. When you go, you frequent the bars. Let's keep it real. When you're out at the bars, bro, it doesn't matter how cold it is. Neil will be at the bars. By the way, be 5 people out on town, and Neil will be one of those at the bar. What do you do when your song comes on? Like a song, like you look like a Little Yachty guy, so Little Yachty track comes on. What do you do? Am I right? Are you a Little Yachty guy or?
I'm not a Little Yachty guy.
Oh, okay. My bad.
If a good song comes on and I'm out at the bar, depends who I'm with. If I'm with the boys, we out having a good time. But if I'm out by myself or just a couple of the guys looking to see what's out there per se, have a good night, who knows?
Well, I don't even know. You love, by the way, you love that per se today. This podcast. This is the.
I'm just saying.
Say about her time. So what do you mean? Like if you guys are looking for a good time, you talking about just
Depends if I'm out with the guys. Like if you're out with your homies, like they're looking to talk to a couple of the women out there. See see where the night ends for them. But for me lately, I've been a more mellow guy, been more behaved. But if my song comes on, I'm gonna jam to it. I will jam to it. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna cap. I will jam to it.
I'm gonna jam.
But I ain't getting out on the dance floor like that. I'll tell you that right now.
All right.
You're gonna catch me out on the dance floor.
Well, let's get you jammed to it on these names. All right. We're going to start with number 1 for Xavier.
Number 1 for Xavier, Malik Messina Moore.
Oh, I like to see. Triple M. 3M. All right. Number 2, Deuce.
Number 2 for Xavier is Gabriel Pozotto.
Is it? Say it again. Say the last name again.
Pozotto.
Yeah, I think it's Pozotto. Okay.
Number 3 is a name game top tier name now. Don't forget about it.
Number 3.
All right.
All right.
And he's got a twin. I don't know if you knew that.
He's got a twin?
Yeah, his name's Always Right.
No.
Yes, I'm being serious. Yeah.
Are you serious? Did I not know? Did I know this?
I don't know, but he's got a brother that's named Always.
No.
JT, what's wrong with people?
I'm gonna say drugs.
That has to be drugs.
It's all it is too. It's like, how high were you? Like, you know what? Your name's already your last name, right?
Yeah.
No, okay. So his brother's name is Joseph Always Right. So his legal name is Joseph, but he goes by Always.
But to put it in there, pause to.
Yeah.
Go ahead, JT.
Yeah, just for that to be the middle name, drugs. High influence drugs. And see how old are these kids? This is before fentanyl got into the game. So that's probably more of the purest of drugs.
Man.
All right, so I'm just all right. My bad, but yeah, that's
Yeah.
drugs or Coke 45s. I don't know.
No, that's drugs.
It's drugs. Coke 45 ain't gonna have you calling somebody all right.
No, that's drugs. That's
Yeah,
drugs.
it's drugs.
I mean, it might have you calling somebody all right, but
Nah. Billy D. Williams rolling over in his grave.
45 works every time.
Every time.
Neil's like, what are you talking? Who's Billy D. Williams? You know who? Neil, you ever heard of Billy D. Williams?
I have not.
Okay, we're just go ahead and Google it sometime. Billy, he's cool dude. Did he pass away, JT? Recently?
I think so.
Yeah, I think he passed away. He was in Star Wars, right? One of the Star Wars.
Yes, he was in Star Wars.
Yep.
Billy D.
All right, my bad. We're getting off track with all right in all ways. Number 4.
Number 4 is Philip Borvikainen.
You had a little glitch there. Try it again.
Philip Borvikainen.
Oh damn, my bad, man. We done killed Billy D. He ain't dead.
We killed him?
We killed him. We said he said he 88, man.
Oh man.
Damn, my bad.
I thought
he was there too.
Okay.
Take that back.
That's why I said that on the pod, man. Billy D's alive. Our bad, y'all.
Check that back. Legend. He is a legend.
Still legend. He probably still doing his thing.
I hope so.
Respect, Billy D.
Drinking that Colt 45.
Hope they're still giving him some residuals. All right, my bad.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you brought that up. Now, Neil, say 4 again. Say 4's name again here.
Philip Borvikainen.
Let me click the ear. Let me click the sound. Hold
Philip Borvikainen. Philip Borvikainen.
You hear that?
Borvishin?
Hold on.
Philip Borvikainen.
Man,
Borvishin.
You're not even close. I couldn't even say it. The way he just
Borvishin. That's how it.
Philip Borvikainen.
All right, we got to move on. That's too complicated. Number 9.
Number 9 is Mir Penoam.
Say the last name again.
Penoam.
Let's see. Hold on.
Mir Penoam.
Oh.
Penoam.
Gotcha, Neil.
Gotcha.
Neil's a little off on the name game today.
Yeah.
All right. Number 22.
Pape Ndai.
I think you got to say it fast. Say it again.
Pape Ndai.
Ready? Here we go.
Pape Ndai. Pape Ndai.
Pape Ndai.
Pape Ndai.
Pape Ndai.
Oh, so it's like the E. It's just pop. No E. Really.
Yeah, it's just pop. Yeah.
Pape Ndai.
Pop Ndai.
Pape Ndai. All right. Number 24.
Then they whole team.
I know.
Number 24 is Jovan Milicevic.
Jovan Milicevic.
Try it again, Neil.
Jovan Milicevic.
Jovan Milicevic.
They got a whole foreign squad. He's from Toronto.
I mean, you look down at Xavier's roster, you see Ontario, you see there's a lot. You see Alaska, Ontario, there's Alaska, there's Serbia, there's Italy.
Colorado.
Stupid. Hey, shout out Isaiah Walker, hometown kid, Wyoming High School. His dad played at Xavier. Shout out Isaiah Walker on the roster. I don't know how much he plays, but shout out him. Michael Wolf on Xavier's roster. I wonder if he's related to the Wolf family.
I believe he is.
He says he's from Greenwood Village, Colorado. He's a senior.
Maybe not.
He may or may not be. Steve Wolf, the legendary Wolf fan. What the Wolf family is, I put them up there as one of the greatest sports families in Cincinnati. I put the Larkins, the Wolves up there as royalty sports wise in Cincinnati. So That's all I got for the name game, Neil. I need those pronunciations more on the websites where you can click on them and hear the actual people say the names.
Yeah, that would definitely help a little bit more.
Yeah, that would. That would. All right, let's jump into the Kenyan segment. This is where we cover the keys to the game. So, JT, what do the Bearcats need to do to win?
Hey man, we got off the rails a little bit, but so I had to relook and see my notes.
You had to move the Snickers away
Nah,
from
no Snickers, no Snickers, no Snickers.
Okay. You had Skittles
That's
on the
for-
table. You're done.
Nah, man, I'm out here playing Skittle candy games. No, but no, but shooting threes. I know they're going to shoot the threes, but I think the type of threes is going to be very important because normally when they play at Xavier, when they miss, Xavier's going down the court fast, scoring. Notice a different regime there. I mean, it's been multiple regimes here. Is this the second coach since we've been doing the pod? How many years did Miller stay there? 3 or 2?
Sean was there 3, I believe.
Okay, so all right, it's our second coach with us doing the pod.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, yeah. So I just think shooting the quality 3, trying to at least touch the paint before you shoot the 3, not just 3 passes on the perimeter. Nobody threatens the basket. Shooting, I think that has to happen. So, especially against Xavier, I don't think they can afford to shoot. If they shoot 60 shots, I don't think they should have 37 threes. I think they have to have a better balance. Whereas if it's 50-50, I actually would like it to be like more 57-43 on the 2-point to 3-point ratio type of thing. But it is what it is. If they're hot, go for it, but don't shoot bad. Just don't come down just firing 3 just because it's the first shot available.
And do your thoughts with all that said, Sean, he struggled shooting the 3. He struggled shooting the ball. How do you envision him playing and his impact? Because he's going to be ready to fire that bad boy up.
Yeah, he is, which I like. But at the same time, I think he has to go to the rim. I think he has to live. I think he has to knock down a couple middies, and then he can step back out.
I like that.
Because, I think I've been thinking about this the last couple of days, but I feel like he has to play, kind of elbow to elbow. Because I think he has the skill. He's taller than everybody. He can make plays. I think if he lives there, the 3 will start falling. But I think he has to start living there and kind of – I don't know who used to play kind of like that. I feel like he has to get kind of like Paul Piercy. Where he kind of just, you know what I mean, boom, jab. Because his shot is good. It's just I think he kind of leans to the side, and 3 is kind of a little off, but he can shoot it. That's not a shot he can't shoot just off. But I think if he sees a few shots going in, he's a guy that he can score fast, rapidly. And I think seeing a couple, 2-pointers go in, even just I'm going on a quick rant, but even Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, when you ever watched them in the playoffs, when they were at their highest of peak, if they were off from 3, they'll come in and take a couple steps in, make a couple mid-ranges, maybe a layup. And after that, the 3 ball is back rolling, and then you can't stop them. You know what I mean? They see a couple going in. So I think Sean kind of has that skill. I'm not saying he's that level of a shooter because, that's two of the greatest to ever shoot. But he's a person that can score in bunches you can tell. But I think he needs to see a couple go down. And I think playing elbow to elbow will help him a lot.
Neil, your thoughts?
Yeah, for Cincinnati, and my keys to this game was for Cincinnati to come out and start fast. Pause. But for them to do that, this is obviously Cincinnati has struggled notoriously at Cintas Center to say, hey, let's get some early offense going. Last time they went out there at Cintas, I believe they picked up, 2 technical fouls in the first 4 minutes of play, and it felt like, 7 total points scored over the first 10 minutes or so. So for Cincinnati, if they come out and they start slow Friday night at Cintas, it could be a long night. And that's just because they haven't won at Cintas in 25 years per se. So overall, you got to find a way to get the ball to the basket. Don't live and die by the 3-ball in this matchup early, and which is what Cincinnati will do. But in this matchup, they got to find a way to get some points scored early and get their offense flowing.
Well, and this is I'm so glad you said that, Neil, because I've been wanting to bring this topic up. When you think about us shooting too many threes, we talk about getting it to the bucket. The one player, when he gets in, who takes it immediately to the basket is Buck
Sincere
Harris.
Harris.
Right, correct.
Yes.
But Buck's coming off the bench. I guess my question is, do you guys like Buck coming off the bench? Do you think he needs to start at some point? Or do you think you need somebody of his quality and ilk coming off that bench?
You want my honest opinion, Meach? I think you start him for this matchup versus Xavier. And the reason I say that is because you know what he's going to give you on the defensive end. He's going to be the guy that sets the tone early. And in a rivalry matchup, you want those guys on the court. You want those guys who are going to embrace the rivalry. They're not willing, or they're willing to say, "Hey, I'm willing to be that guy that likes the fire." If that means I get an early technical, you don't want to see it, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's a couple of technicals early in this one. I wouldn't. And I wouldn't be surprised if Sincere Harris, with the competitor he is, or Kirk Carissa per se even, I wouldn't be surprised if it's one of those two guys that get teed up because of them playing in these high rivalry matchup games in the past and the competitors those two guys are. So, me personally, if you want to find a way to get out there and set the tone early, Sincere Harris is going to be on the court quicker than a lot of people may realize come Friday night.
JT?
Yeah, honestly, I agree with Neil on this. Because sometimes you just gotta go for it. I think for like Sincere, he falls a lot, like you said earlier, but he's definitely going to the rack. That ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about that. like flat out. But I think that might be a good change up. The question is, all right, for you guys, who do they, if they did say, listen to the podcast, who are you taking out of the starting lineup?
All right. So I want to answer that question, but I also want to say something else.
Okay.
I think if we don't start to see some of the improvements that I think we need to see from this Bearcat team, I think you need to start Sincere and Tyler McKinley. I think both those guys need to start at some point. I know they come off the bench, they provide a lot of good things. Tyler makes too many winning plays.
Too many.
And I understand. Look, you got to monitor his minutes right now. He still has some swelling in his knees, had some little knickknacks here and there. But bro, every time he's in the game, it's just like he just makes these plays no one else is making. So I want to throw that out there. Who do you take out? So who do we have starting right now? We've got Day, Kerr, Sean, Baba, and Mustafa.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I know you're paying him a lot of money in Kirk Carissa, but me personally, that would be the guy you take out, especially if something doesn't change offensively.
I think that's the guy. JT?
I was literally y'all are reading my mind. That's what I was saying. Because like he's older, experienced, think he'll be able to handle it well, and I think he'll be able to come off the bench and provide a spark still as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then because you're essentially starting 2 point guards right now, anyways.
Yep.
So if you did do that, it would be fine. I feel like
bring him in for Day.
Yeah, bring him in for Day. Because Keyshawn is kind of, he's a freshman, kind of finding his way, making freshman mistakes. So he's not getting the same amount of, he's not on the pecking order right now like you would have maybe thought. But, he's a freshman. That's how it goes, especially at point guard. It's a different animal. But, you put Sincere in for Kerr, defense gets better automatically. And I just think he's not gonna. I mean, he'll shoot a few threes, but that's not what he's in the game to do. He's in the game to muddy it up, and he's going to the rack. He's going to the rack.
Yep. Well, we will see. I honestly think that if we don't see some improvements with this Bearcat team, Buck will be inserted, and I think Tyler will be inserted into the starting lineup at some point. If they're going to make winning plays and do, just imagine if they get the minutes, like more minutes, what they can do to help impact this team. You're listening to the Bearcat Tip-Off Talk podcast presented by Donahue Accounting Services. Now let's get into the Twyman segment. This is where we cover hot topics. Hot topic has to be this. If you just have any type of social media, you're on Twitter. They're talking about Wes Miller, his coaching. There are some fans that want Wes Miller fired. My question to you guys, JT, we'll start with you. How important is this Xavier game for Wes Miller?
I think it's very important for Wes because, for one, all right, we haven't won there in a million years, so I think that will give them some good grace. How they've looked the last few games, we went against Xavier. It's the best deodorant, right? Winning is the best deodorant, but we haven't gotten to that part right now. You remember how we talked about
hygiene?
Hygiene.
Uh-huh.
We might get into that in a little bit, but I'm not there yet.
Let's say that for conference play.
Yeah, say that for conference play because right now everybody's cool. We still got haircuts and stuff.
Yep.
But they lose this game, the pressure just mounts even more. They still have a lot of quality teams they're going to play. The Big 12 is always the Big 12, of course. But with you losing at Eastern Michigan, you lost the game that everybody expects you to win. So with the pressure, it just the microscope is going to just get hotter, right? It gets closer, it gets hotter. Everything he does is going to kind of get more scrutinized. Somebody messes up, even if he draws up the right play, it's going to get scrutinized. People are like, oh, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? Because you lose that game, had Louisville on the ropes, and then how after having Louisville on the ropes, how you look since, everybody's going to be like, and then losing Xavier on a down skid. It's a lot, man. But I think if he beats Xavier, it buys him to Big 12 play where he can kind of rest a little bit and kind of just keep everything tread because he still has some big games. But this game is kind of not life or death, but it's damn close in Cincinnati.
Yep. All right, JT, I'm going to come back to you on a couple things. Neil, your thoughts?
Yeah, for me, obviously Friday night kind of looms with heavyweight, right? Obviously Cincinnati's coming off that loss to Eastern Michigan last week. It's people are kind of sitting back wondering, hey, what could Friday night be like for this team, this program, if, say, Cincinnati does lose to Xavier for now what feels like 12th, it will be the 12th straight time at Cintas if they were to lose on Friday night. I think if that's the case, people are going to be questioning, and I think a lot of people would be kind of looking at, okay, hey, maybe it might be time for a different voice in the locker room per se in the new landscape of college basketball. But I don't think that's the case here for Cincinnati. And the reason I say that is with how things are going, this is a new team. They've been battling injuries. I mean, Jalen Haynes was going to play a huge part in this offense. Bob Miller misses time. So I don't really think you can really kind of say, hey, this is the right time to per se make a call to move on. But Friday night is definitely going to have some kind of volume to the future of where Cincinnati moves as a basketball program. And I think everybody knows that. I mean, Cincinnati played great versus Louisville. Then you turn around and you have a bad loss to Eastern Michigan. But then if they fall to a Xavier team on Friday night who just got blown out by 30 by Santa Clara 2 weeks ago, it could get interesting. It really could. So I think there's some stuff starting to kind of sit, and maybe Wes might see that a little bit. But fans just want to win. I mean, Cincinnati is a program where it was built on being in the NCAA tournament, and they are trying to get back to what it was in recent years, and it's going to take time. Obviously, the move to the Big 12 wasn't easy, but at one point, you're now in year 5. If you can't get the job done in year 5, most college basketball coaches are typically cooked at that point. So I don't know. I think there will be a little bit of weight to this one and a little bit more volume. But if Cincinnati gets the job done, I think Wes Miller will be safe for the season.
So this morning, I was at a coffee shop in Hyde Park, and I ran into Wes Miller. He was getting some coffee, and I'm going to try to swing down to practice on Thursday. Corey Blunt, Terry Nelson, and maybe some other guys. We're gonna go down and check things out. I feel like Wes is under a lot of pressure right now. A lot of it. I'm sure he hears the outside noise. I know he says he's not on social media, which I believe, but you can't help but hear it. You can't hear people talking about it. I'm sure his staff fills him in on things. And then probably as a competitor and as a competitive person as I know Wes Miller to be, this game means a lot. I think this game is crucial. I'm not even going to downplay it. This is crucial for Wes Miller and this basketball team. They need this game moving forward to get the mojo right. Wes, I would love if we take the 2001 game, we won 75-55. We beat them by 20 in the Centos. If we can bring that back and win decisively, I think that really helps out the psyche of the basketball team, and it helps Wes Miller out. And JT, you made a point earlier, and I thought this was a good point. This is a down Xavier team.
Yeah.
I mean, this isn't like you've got 4 veteran, 3 veteran, 4, 5 veteran guys on this basketball team that you got to worry about, and a coach that's been there for a while. Yeah. New coach, new roster. This should be a beatable Xavier team. Obviously, in a rivalry game, you throw all the records out. It's going to be a tough game. But I think the pressure is extremely high there in Clifton. And if the Bearcats lose this basketball game, I worry. I do.
Yeah.
Honestly, JT, I can't even sugarcoat it. I think this is, and you know me, as long as we've been doing podcasts, I don't say a game's life or death, but I think this is that.
Not for sure. No, you always kind of like always have reel us back in whenever we get off the tracks, but it's real, man. I mean, just by the attendance of the games after, you lose to Louisville, that's respectable. Can't be mad about that. You can nitpick or whatever, but at the same time, you use that Eastern Michigan game, and then, man, it looked like a ghost town. I don't think I've ever seen Fifth Third as empty as it was against Tarleton State ever since I've covered the team. I can't.
You sent that picture. Was that right before tip-off?
Yeah.
Put in the group text?
Yeah, it might have been right after tip-off.
Jeez.
Yeah, that picture, I think that picture, because it looked a lot better probably about closer to halftime, but right before tip-off, man, that picture, I think that was right. It was either right before tip-off or right like a couple minutes after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's well, I mean, listen, the fans are upset. And also what happens too, I think, is sometimes the football impacts the basketball. So football starts off hot, they don't win.
Yeah.
How many games has football lost? 4 in a row?
4 in a row.
4 in a row in the month of November.
4 in a row. Fans are upset. They want Satterfield fired. So then it trickles over to basketball. So it's like every game is like almost like a football game, right? You only play however many football games you play, a lot more basketball, but every game is so scrutinized now because there's scars from football. The football team started off so hot. There's just like all this energy.
Yeah.
Then lose to Arizona. Boom. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, so now it's like pressure's on Hoops, and then now Hoops loses to Eastern Michigan. It's fire Cunningham, fire Punto.
Yeah.
Like the head of concessions is catching strays. Fire whoever that is. It's like
Ticket Man. Yeah, everybody like
Ticket Man. Like, who's left in the athletic department? Like, it's
they say tear down. That's if you read Twitter. They say go full Joker mode.
Man, he said just blow the whole thing up.
Everything.
But listen, I think one thing that makes Cincinnati a special place, the University of Cincinnati a special place, is I think there's a lot of passionate fans, and
True.
there's a lot of long time passionate fans. Like, you know, Sue and Rex, who I sit next to at the football game, they've been lifelong season ticket holders, and I can talk about the people that sit next to me at the Fifth Third Arena. They've been going to games longer than I've been alive, and you have these people that have been around, and so the expectation is really high for athletics in the university, and a lot of people are disappointed on where we're at currently. But I think people also at the same time, as passionate as they are about UC athletics, they want a good product. I know people listening in this town work hard for their sports bucks.
Yeah.
They work hard to buy tickets and take their son or daughter, a mom, does whatever she can to get her son to the football game or daughter to volleyball, whatever it is. So there's an expectation set. I understand that. But I think at the same time, sometimes it creates an unhealthy kind of environment. And I feel like there's an unhealthy environment going on around, the university right now. Whereas I feel like before, it just didn't feel like it does right now. And I worry about that, because listen, I'm just going to be flat out honest. A lot of these recruits, I know a recruit on the football side locally, man, he sees all that stuff. And Neil, was that your cat?
Yep.
Well, one of the 8 cats over there, the Wu-Tang Clan. Tell the RZA to quiet down. We're not finished. Yeah, I'm just warming up on my take here. So he's a passionate fan. That's what that is. That was your cat's tweet. But no, I'm saying, like, a young man I know in this city, a high-level football player, he's being recruited, high level, and he sees the tweets, fire Pinto, fire Cunningham, fire Satterfield, fire, and then talking bad about the players. And he's like, man, what's going on at your school, man? The kid's saying this to me. Like, what's going on there, man? And that you don't want to go to UC. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you want to go to that if you're seeing that? You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm saying I understand, and fans, be passionate, talk your stuff and hold people accountable, but at the same time understand that there are people outside of our bubble that are seeing that, reading that, and that could impact, some people's decision on whether they come to the University of Cincinnati or not. I'm not saying sometimes that's not the sole reason that someone doesn't come here or whatever, but it can impact the decision. So I'm hoping for some wins, man. I think that's why I'm saying, man, that this Xavier game holds even more weight because there's just such negative energy around the athletic department. I've talked a lot. You guys throw out any thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I feel it. Like, just even, being at the games, it's just Twitter. Internet is always a hell of a place at times.
It's not real.
It's not real. Yeah, like I posted a picture, Jizzle at the game or whatever, and people try to act like I didn't know, what was going on, and I'm just like, just because you didn't hear from somebody else, so, you know what I mean, doesn't mean like I don't know what's going on per se on that situation, but.
Right.
But it was just stupid. It was just like, well, I saw him. I'm like, okay, I talked to him before he even came over and talked to him. So whatever. Mm-hmm. But yeah, the internet's not a real place. That's what I wanted to get with that. But yeah, they get the dub. I think that will ease a lot of pain because it's weird because of the vibes of this game isn't the same as it normally is, which is crazy. I'm not used to that.
That's because nobody on these two teams besides Day has played in it.
It's not even that, though, man. I'm just talking about the fan base. The fan base on both sides. Normally, you're getting Xavier fans randomly saying stuff or on comment on stuff.
Usually, I'd get a couple texts from friends I went to college with from Xavier saying, like, hey, talking a little bit of mess before this. But this week, I've gotten 0.
Well, both teams are struggling.
Yeah.
Both teams are struggling. Yeah, I hope the Bearcats can get a victory, get this thing going in the right direction. And listen, you got to look at. I mean, fans right now are the Bengals. Have obviously struggled.
Yeah.
Burrow's back. They got a dub, so there's a
Yeah.
little bit more energy there. But they want shit. They want Zach Taylor fired.
Yeah.
Whose job's safe in this city right now?
Maybe Tito and a dude for FC Cincinnati.
Nah. Noonan from FCC, he's going to be the next one gone. I can tell you that.
For real?
Can't-
You think so?
Are they on his neck too?
Yeah, on his neck too. I thought he was safe. I thought
They've been on him.
Dang, I ain't know that.
He's had the top performing team the last 3 years and can't make it past the first round of the playoffs.
Okay. Neil up on his FC Twitter.
My bad.
Yeah.
They've been on him.
JT, nobody's safe, dog.
Nobody. You gotta make sure everybody gotta make sure their resumes is.
But you
up to par.
want to know what's crazy? If you go back and you watch the documentary on Coach K from Duke, they thought about firing him. I want to say it was like maybe after year 2.
Okay.
And Bobby Knight called Duke and said, if you fire him, that will be the biggest mistake you will ever make. And they didn't fire him. And look at now.
Yeah.
And think about that. If that was fast forward this generation, Coach K would have been fired. There would have been so much. Now, obviously, I don't remember if it was like year 2, but it was, there was like some time had elapsed where people were thinking about firing him. But you need to give people their time, and if they can't get it done in that time, move on.
Yeah.
Go with the next. But man, isn't it just crazy, just all across sports? I was watching something today about Tomlin. Tomlin probably gone from the Steelers.
Yeah.
In college coaching with football, I don't even know who's coaching who. Gators got a new coach. UK's got a new coach.
Yeah.
It's right. Like,
it's
Lane
crazy.
Kiffin did Ole Miss extremely dirty.
what? But like, Lane Kiffin just doing Lane Kiffin things.
That's Lane Kiffin. What do you?
Yeah, that's just Lane Kiffin though.
Slime ball with. He did enough where they. You had to know this was gonna happen. Like, just leave. I don't know.
For
I
sure.
don't know.
How about Joe Burrow's reaction when they asked Joe Burrow about Lane Kiffin? Did you see that?
No.
Yeah, that was funny. They asked him, like, "Hey, what's your thoughts?"
Well, Joe Burrow's already really when he answers his questions, he's already has those like glitches and like I don't know what goes on, like how he processes things, but he took forever to answer the question. He was like, "Well, he's a good coach." It was like he wanted to, inside his head. He's like, man, that dude's whack.
He's like,
They asked him if he ever recruited him too, and he kind of paused for a second. He was like, "He didn't recruit me, but you know what he wanted to? He wanted to go in, but he knew his time and place."
He was holding back a little bit, but that's not really his lane to really make those comments publicly.
Yeah, true.
But
his group text is like, man, F Lane.
He's going to see them group text. They're going to ask him to come back for a national championship reunion, and he's going to be like, "Nah, I'm good, man."
I bet you he's like, "Nah, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm actually busy. I'm busy, dog.
I'm busy that day." And they're like, "We didn't give you a day." Yep.
I'm still busy, dog.
I'm still busy.
My jersey retirement, yeah, Lane Kiffin's the head coach. I won't be there. Bring back Coach O. I'll be there.
Yeah. I'll send a video tribute in. I won't be there.
Yeah, for sure.
That old magic.
Yeah.
I got strep, man.
Hey, let me say this real quick, and then we can kind of segue out of things here. But think about this. In 2025 and 2026 moving forward, when new head coaches sign their contract or are working out the terms of their contract, the biggest thing that they have to clearly have defined is what?
Buyout.
The buyout, JT. That is, I mean, it doesn't matter how much you make per year.
Buyout.
we can negotiate the per year down as long as his buyout's $50 million. Am I right? Like
Yeah.
BK got a bag, man.
everybody knows.
54 million.
Everybody knows they're getting fired. Like,
My man Stoops, they got to get him the money in 60 days.
man,
They got to get him $37 or $38 million with before February.
hey, fire me.
Fire me, dog. I'll be in there like, they like, why are you so happy?
Hey, you ever see that episode when of the Chappelle Show when he gets Oprah pregnant?
Yeah. Like,
Quits his job, he kicks that chest. That's how it would be.
that would be like that too. No, I'm I quit. They remember they on Fresh Prince when they gave Jeffrey the fake ticket.
He thought he would.
I quit. That'd be
Hey, that was a good episode. I felt
Hey.
bad for Jeffrey
I
too.
did too, man. I did too. Like, damn, they did Jeffrey dirty. He was clowning. That's what I'll be, boy. They fired me. I'm supposed to get 38, 37, and they gonna give it to me within 60 days. So you telling me if I wanted, like, I wouldn't even work, but if I did want to work, I already got the money. Y'all can't even take it back.
Yeah.
Because Franklin, they had
James
like
Franklin got fired and then had his next job lined up a week later.
But here's
But-
my question. So does he have to give back? So he what is it? Was he 54 million or
he was
Nah, BK got 54. James Franklin, I think, was
50. It was 50, but
okay 50?
so he only got the difference.
But he got 7 million up front, right? He got 7 million the day he was fired. I think.
Damn, I ain't know that. That's what's up.
I think he did, and then so the rest then gets what?
So he got 41 from them. So I think they only got to pay him 2 more million if he already got 7.
Damn.
So like I wouldn't have worked. Me personally, I respect it, but I mean it's for the game. But me, I'd be a lazy a-hole for at least 2. I would have rolled it out for 2 years though.
Go do TV.
Yeah, because then that difference ain't that much. If y'all paying me a quarter, I'm still out. Because like if y'all fire me and I feel like I'm still good enough, y'all gonna pay me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna make them donors pay what you weigh. They'd be like, dang, what's wrong with him? Bro, I ain't coming back for 6 years. I only care if I gotta come back at App State or something. I don't care. I'm chilling, bro.
Right?
Y'all paying me all that 50.
Yeah, for sure. Go do TV.
Yep.
For a couple years, be an analyst in the studio.
Yep.
Just chill out.
Chill
Wait for your next job down the road. Get all your money.
Cause I'm like, bro, y'all paying me.
Man, Neil, what's your buyout for the podcast?
shit. That's a good question.
He said, "Shit, that's a good." Neil got ghetto. All right, he's like, "Shit, that's a good."
That's a good question.
We'll get you a new cat. You got 2 new cats.
Hell no, I don't need no more of them.
Be
Mm-mm.
like, voila.
How about my buyout is somebody take these cats out my house.
Man,
That's my buyout.
you're on your own. You know, I don't like cats, so I'm not pulling up over there.
Pay him, like, be like, should pay him, put stuff in the other people's name.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Be like, here you go, Neil.
Hey, you know what, Neil? You know what JT's buyout is?
Snickers.
Yep. Mass, Skittle.
Reese's Cup.
Hey, when you all were young,
Chick-fil-A brownies.
when you all were young, did you all ever have this? So I had a teacher, and every year she would take like candy corn, or
You'd have to guess it.
you have to guess how many were in there.
Oh, you know JT was guessing. He was doing all that.
Now, my
You
teacher
know
did that though.
Did you ever have that, JT?
Nah, I didn't. I knew people that did though. I never got that.
JT would have been that guy. He would have been measuring the cup. Like
Might have been.
Skittles.
But I don't like.
he would have been doing the
candy corn,
circumference and the diameter to get the exact number.
You don't like candy corn, JT?
Nah.
Candy corn moderation is okay.
Yeah, I'll do it every once in a while. But
You
it's,
just, if you
Can't touch it. Can't touch it over here.
have you ever had candy corn and like peanuts together?
No.
And wait a minute, what?
And like regular peanuts.
And candy corn, just
And candy
like
corn. Yeah, it don't taste bad. Pause. Fish and peanuts, but it's not bad. It's not bad. That's the only time I can really eat candy corn.
I've never.
It kind of tastes. I forgot who put me on to that. I don't do it like on a lot. I mean, it's not like that's a rare thing. It's kind of like it kind of tastes like a payday almost.
Oh,
Nobody eats paydays though either.
Hey, paydays are fire,
hey,
bro.
paydays were good back in the
Paydays
day.
are fire,
Dude.
bro. Paydays are fire. Still good payday.
I've
I
had
fuck with
a payday in 30 years, but
Paydays are legit, man.
I tell you what, I used to love. What I thought was a sleeper was Baby Ruths. I don't know about you guys. I used to love those Baby Ruths. I don't know why. Nobody else would want them, and I'm like, give me the Baby Ruth. Did you
My
guys?
Baby Ruth is okay. My granddad used to kill Baby Ruth though, so I respect it.
She knows.
I didn't touch them.
Neil, you a sucker boy, man. Why you keep down all the good candies, bro?
Nah, if you leave a Reese cup or a Snickers bar in my area, just like JT, them babies are gonna be demolished.
You should have
You
went
ain't
over.
gonna see 'em.
You should have went over JT's for Halloween. You could have got plenty of that. You could have taken those out of that bag and went home with a nice. They ended up throwing them away.
Hey, I ain't gonna take candy from a kid.
It was taking candy from an adult, actually.
Technically,
JT.
save me. Save me. Save me, bro.
I wasn't gonna be that guy.
Yeah, I was going crazy, man. Candy assassin.
Man. Well, I think we accomplished talking more about candy this podcast than the actual shootout, which I don't think is a bad thing, but hey, it is what it is.
Hey, before we go, if Cincinnati wins on Friday night, do we see another famous victory lap from Corey Blunt?
Oh, you want me to go first, JT, or you want to go?
It don't matter. I don't think I don't think he's gonna do it at Centos.
No, he won't do it.
He might do a stint. He might give us like a fist bump, like one of those.
He won't do it. He won't do it at the opposing teams. I think being at Fifth Third Arena was a comfort level. It was, amongst family.
Yeah.
This is an away game. I can't see him doing that.
Yeah.
Although no one's messing with him. If he did,
no.
I just don't think he's. Corey's such a good guy, man. He's a Hall of Famer. Obviously, he's a Hall of Fame person. He's an OG. Loves the Bearcat program. Loves the former players, man. So nothing but respect and props for my guy Corey Blunt for sure. So, well, let's hope we pull off this victory. And fellas, this concludes another great podcast. Thanks to all of our sponsors: Donahue Accounting Services, Purple Monkey Project, and Oakley Greens. And you're listening to the Bearcat Tip-Off Talk podcast presented by Donahue Accounting Services. For friendly expert tax advice whenever you need it, come to Donahue Accounting Services, a leading accounting firm in Cincinnati, Ohio. Our top-notch accountants strive to help you resolve all your financial and tax issues. Call Donahue Accounting Services today for a free consultation at 513-528-3982 or visit online at DonahueAccountingService.com. Thanks for listening to another episode of the Bearcat Tip-Off Talk podcast presented by Donahue Accounting Services. Go Bearcats.